welcome to another episode of Bikes and Beers Adventures, 12 Beers of Christmas. We are here gathering research. We've been busy gathering research.
All summer long.
All summer long, probably actually going back, look, I'm 54, so 50 years? Oh, sorry, that was before drinking age.
You took a couple of years off there.
I did. Thanks a lot. The audience is now heckling us. Anyway, so I'm your host, Mark Palmer. We're going to share some knowledge with you with my buddy,
Stefan.
We're going to talk today about Acehill, Pilsner.
From Toronto.
Yeah, I was going to say they're a local one, eh?
Yep.
Very local.
Very local.
Keep in mind the 12 top beers that we're talking about in our 12 Beers of Christmas are all from Ontario, and they're all local craft breweries. So, but Acehill is close to home because we're out of Burlington. So,
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Acehill.
Well, the neat thing about Acehill,
Oh, enough of that. I'm just kidding.
you know, Blake, one of the co-founder,
Yes.
started brewing beer in his garage.
Now that's a cool story.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
It's like what we aspire to be doing. We
Yes.
want to start making beer and taste beer, and it's all about the craft brewers these days.
And see, we should start doing that instead of talking about it, because you see, we could be the next Acehill
We could be.
if we wanted to be.
Anyway, he was doing beer in his garage, selling it to his friends, weddings. And,
Which is really neat, eh? Because, you know, we've been involved with craft beers for quite a while now. I'd say, what, a couple of years?
Yep,
Okay, so maybe 10?
maybe.
Maybe 10.
When it started.
Yes. And I think part of the passion is really getting to know the breweries and their stories. And we've always kind of aspired, and we joke around a lot, but, starting our own little beer brand or whatever. But it's neat to hear the stories that come from the garage. It's almost like
This guy did
hey,
it.
Bill Gates and Microsoft, that was in the garage as well.
Exactly.
Right? So even the beer can start there, and it actually makes more sense for beer to
Sure
come out
does.
of the garage.
So Blake and his team did it.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So
You know they donate 1% of their sales to any water cause?
oh, I did not know that.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That is cool, especially in
Where you go?
today's world.
Exactly. Pretty
Nice.
impressed. So today we're tasting the Pilsner, made from the German Pilsner type of beer.
So do you got any kind of tasting info for us, or should we just
Well,
dive
let's
in?
open it up, dive in, and see what it tastes like.
All right. I'm all about drinking beer versus talking about it. Wait, my turn. Mine was more
Yeah,
sophisticated.
yours was better.
Yeah. So it's always about doing the pour. You always want some head, because that gets the camera guy's laughing at me. But it's not a funny thing actually, because the reality is the gas out in the glass is less gas in your belly, so you're not going to get as bloated when you're drinking the beer.
I think I got better heads than you this time.
Oh shit, yeah. Oops. Anyway, so it is important to do a good pour. Don't try to minimize the head. Stefan's has done a great job there, so he will definitely have a flat tummy by the end of the night. Anyways, you look at the color, really clear.
Clear. Pilsner type.
Very light.
Yep.
All right. So let's take a taste of this.
Let's check it out. Mmm. Refreshing.
Actually, that's actually a good word for that.
Isn't that refreshing?
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of that bitterness of the Pilsners that you get.
But it's very
really
light.
Very light.
Yeah. It's not a light beer, but it actually has a light beer kind of body to it.
Good feel, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4.9 alcohol per volume, so it's not a light beer,
No.
but it definitely comes across and feels like it.
It's kind of like it's like a lightweight boxer with a big knockout punch.
Yeah,
If you
it's got a
really
good
think.
finish.
Yeah.
I like that.
And so again, a good beer to maybe sit around with friends and have a few.
Exactly.
Like,
Goes
you know-
well with chicken wings.
Do you know about that for certain?
I don't know, I think it would.
Well, I think we should get on the grill and cook some up.
I think it'd be a good idea.
That's not a bad idea. Chicken wings and beer. Doesn't matter what kind of beer really, but chicken wings and beer. Anyways, nice light beer for pairing with all kinds of your favorite foods, especially the pub type foods. When you're talking about a beer that's got this light refreshing taste, it's not going to spoil a lot of the flavors of the foods you pair it with.
No, exactly.
It's going to complement it. It's going to help wash it down. It's going to help enhance the flavors of the food you're eating. So definitely a good beer to kind of take when you're at a pub or a restaurant. Ask for Acehill Pilsner.
Yeah, they're becoming
Try
very
it.
more popular. You know, it's been in the last year. You see them in a lot of local pubs. You can get your brews retails, LCBO stores. We'll call directly at Acehill.
Do we, like, how they came about as far as the name goes? Do we have any of that kind of information?
Well, basically, ACE stands for the pilot, or in a playing card, the ace.
Yeah,
So that was the idea that it's the the top dog kind of thing, and hills, everything comes from a hill for beers, right? Water going down.
that's very cool.
It's pretty cool.
So that's
Pretty cool name.
it's the interesting part again about, the craft breweries is the naming conventions they come up with, or where, again, you get into the backstory of some of these guys, the brewmasters or the brewery themselves, there's a tale to tell. And, you don't get that when you go to the big breweries. It's, there's just nothing there. You're not really supporting anything here. Whereas with the craft breweries, you're supporting their passions, their brewing efforts, the tasty beers. Most of them are
And they just
heavily
focus on
involved in the
quality.
community.
Yeah. 1% of their sales donating. That's pretty
Yeah.
community oriented in my.
Big time, big time.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. So if you're out and about, especially around Toronto, because I'm sure there are quite a few pubs
They're
around
everywhere.
Toronto.
They're starting to be popular.
Yeah, are they any in Burlington? Do you know?
Beer Town's got
Yeah.
them. Paradiso's got them. That's the only two that comes to mind right now.
Well, a couple of good places to go get some good food too. So check it out when you're out and about with yourselves, your buddies, family. Try an Acehill with your next meal order that you get at the restaurant, or if you're inclined to do so, liquor store, beer store, right?
Exactly.
Pick up a 6-pack, bring it home, put something on the barbecue, a nice steak or a chicken breast or what have you, and put an Acehill beside it.
Yep. And they got a couple other brands. They got the Light, the Radler, and they just came out with the Pineapple.
Yeah, I was
I don't know.
reading about the pineapple one, and I
It's a
think,
vodka base.
well, it's not really a beer then.
No.
Wow.
No.
So we shouldn't talk about it. So cut that one out. This is a beer review show. Anyway, so I think that's it for now. Eh?
Yep.
So get out there, try out the Acehill. Definitely, this is a super easy drinking beer. You're not going to be disappointed. There's no big strong flavors in it, but it has got some flavor, so you know you're drinking a beer.
Yeah, it's got a bit of flour in it. It's
Yeah.
not too bad. Cheers,
So I
guys.
say cheers.